Ghost in the Machine by Patrick Carman, Wednesday, September 22nd, 11:10 p.m. I'm really close to bailing out. This is starting to remind me of the night I left for the dredge and ended up trapped inside the secret room. I hate the way this feels, like I have no control over things. All I can do is watch while my best friend breaks into two places in one night. And what if she gets caught? It's not hard to imagine an alarm on Dr. Watts's door going off or her getting trapped in the basement at Longhorn's Grange. One of these things could easily happen. I won't be able to do anything but sit here and watch it happen. I picked up my copy of Frankenstein and started reading it to pass the time. I'm amazed at how much I underlined and took notes in this old paperback. The margins are filled with little questions and comments. I've dog-eared about 30 of the pages. I went back through page by page and read some of them and some of what I've underlined and noted. None but those who have experienced them can conceive of the enticements of science. This struck me as very interesting, having just spent all day reading about Newton, Hooke, and Boyle. I shunned my fellow creatures as if I were guilty of a crime. I can relate Dr. Frankenstein. 2 years after making the monster, Frankenstein discovered it has killed his brother. This is when the doctor starts to really go nuts. In the margin I wrote, had he never considered what the creature might do? A darn good question, if I do say so myself. Later, referring to Dr. Frankenstein's character, I scribbled in the margin, it sounds as though he is convinced justice will prevail. It's questionable whether or not Dr. Frankenstein was right about that. I wrote all over this book in hundreds of different places, like the story and the questions it raised in my mind were too big for the pages to hold. These are just a few of my scribbles in the margins. What did he tell them? He has set his course on doom and power, the dead and the innocent. These are his obsessions now. Was he never afraid? I am constantly afraid. Pastoral. This is the devil, I'm sure of it. He would commit another to the same misery. He has killed accidentally. The monster is innocent because he has no remorse. The apple and the angel, abandoned, alone, immortal. What's that noise? When I look at the margin notes, I can see why some people might wonder about me. Maybe my parents are worried I'll grow up to be a reclusive weirdo who can't be in a room full of people without having his nose in a book or a journal to write things down in. And the strangest thing, I have no memory of writing these things. Maybe I did it at night, asleep, instead of trashing the walls in my room. It's 11:30 p.m., time to go online. It's time for another video you should watch before continuing on. Sarah has something to show us. Come back here when you're done. SarahFincher.com, password Mary Shelley.